Hello children, how have you been? I hope all are good and healthy. Welcome you all to the session. Today we will discuss on the topic additional functionality of series object. We already discussed about series object. It has some additional functionality. Now we will discuss about the additional features of series object. First one, specifying or adding NaN values in a series object. NaN, not a number. Sometimes we need to create a series object of certain size, but you don't have complete data available at that time. In such cases, we can fill missing data with a NaN value, not a number value, NaN. We can use np.nan to specify a missing value or use none. These two values we can use either np.nan or none for specifying a missing value. Okay. Example, import pandas as pd. Import numpy as np. obj3 is equal to pd.series. Within this parenthesis, I specified 6.5, np.nan, 2.34. Then close the square bracket. Then print obj3. I specified here np.nan. That's a missing value. In this output, we can see 0, 6.50, 1, nan, 2, 2.34. Then D type is float 64. Okay, we can assign an NaN value to the particular series object. Can add or we can specify NaN value to a series object by using this np.nan, or none value also we can use. Clear? Then the second one, specify indexes as well as data with the series. We already discussed about this. Index and data. Two arguments are there in this series object. So we can pass this index and data to this series object. While creating series type object is that along with values, you also provide indexes. Both values and indexes are sequences. Syntax, series object is equal to pandas dot series, data is equal to none, index is equal to none. Consider the following example. Import pandas as pnd. SEC is equal to A, B, C, D. Sequence of values, that's a list. CON is equal to 6700, 5600, 5000, 5200. S1 is equal to pnd dot series, data is equal to which one? CON. Then index is equal to which one? SEC. Print S1. The output is like this. A, that is index 6700. B, 5600. C, 5000. Then D, 5200. Then D type also we can see int 64. Okay. Then the third one is specify data type along with the data and index. The third argument is data type. We can specify the data type also in this series object. We can also specify data type along with the data and index with series of function as per following syntax. Series object is equal to pandas dot series, data is equal to none, index is equal to none, D type is equal to none. Example, ARR is equal to 31, 28, 31, 30. Then MON, months. MON is equal to Jan, Feb, MAR, APR. obj1 is equal to PD dot series, data is equal to ARR, 31, 28, 31, 30. Index is equal to MON, Jan, Feb, Mar, APR. D type is equal to np dot float 64. Data type of this data is float 64. Print obj1. The output is like this. Jan 31.0, Feb 28.0, MAR 31.0, APR 30.0. D type float 64. Okay, clear? Then the fourth one is using a mathematical function or expression to create data array in series. The series function allows you to define a function or expression that can calculate values for data sequence. It is done in the following form. We can apply one expression to this data itself in a series object. Series object is equal to pandas.series, index is equal to none, data is equal to any function or expression we can give. Example, a is equal to np.arange 9, 13, print the value of a. Print a. That means in between 9 to 13. 9, 10, 11, 12. 4 values we can see. Then obj1 is equal to pd.series, index is equal to a, data is equal to a star 2. Double the value of a star 2. In this a, we stored this 9, 10, 11, 12. Then 9 into 2, 10 into 2, 11 into 2, then 12 into 2. Then next statement, print obj1. We will get the doubled value. Then next one, obj2 is equal to pd.series, index equal to a, comma, data is equal to a double star 2. That is a square. A to the power 2. Print squared value of a. Okay. 9 square, 10 square, 11 square and 12 square. Clear? Using a mathematical function or expression to create data array in series. Okay. Then the next one is series object attributes. So many attributes are there. These are attributes we can use for getting the information related to this series. When you create a series type object, all information related to it is available through attributes. We can use these attributes in the following format to get information about the series object. That syntax is series object dot attribute name. Series object dot attribute name. Common attributes of series objects. Attribute and description. Just go through this. Series object dot index. The index of the series we will get. Index means axis labels. Second one, series object dot values. Return series as ND array or ND array like, depending on the data type. Then series object dot dtype. Return the dtype object of the underlying data. Then series object dot shape. Return a tuple of the shape of the underlying data. That is size of the data we will get. Series object dot n bytes. Return the number of bytes in the underlying data. Series object dot ndim. Return the number of dimensions of the underlying data. Series object dot size. Return the number of elements in the underlying data. Series object dot item size. Return the size of the data type of the item of the underlying data. Series object dot has NANS. Return true if there are any NAN values. Otherwise return false. Has NANS. Series object dot empty. Return true if the series object is empty. False otherwise. These are the different types of attributes in this series object. Okay. Then the next is accessing a series object and its elements. We can access series objects indexes separately, its data separately, and even access individual elements and slices. First one, accessing individual elements. How can we access the individual elements from the series object? To access individual elements of a series object, we can give its index in square brackets along with its name. We can give its index in square brackets along with its name. The syntax is series object name. Within the square bracket, we can specify the valid index. Okay, Consider the example ARR is equal to 31, 28, 31, 30. MON is equal to Jan, Feb, March, Mar, APR. OBJ1 is equal to PD.series ARR, MON. We pass the two values ARR and MON. AR is the data, MON is the index. Print OBJ1 Feb. Feb is the index value. So in this Feb, we will get the 28 data. Then the output is 28. Okay, clear? Accessing individual elements from this series object. Then next one, extracting series from series object. Extracting series from series object. We can extract slice 2 from a series object to retrieve subsets. Here we need to understand an important thing about slicing, which is that slicing takes place position wise and not the index wise in a series object. Slicing takes place position wise and not the index wise in a series object. Slicing is a way to retrieve subsets of data from a pandas object. A slice object syntax is series object. Within the square bracket, we can specify the start value, colon, end value, colon, step value. Close this square bracket. The segments start representing the first item, starting value. End representing the last item, stop value. And step representing the increment between each item that you would like. Increment between each item. According to our requirement, we can give the step values. Okay. Example. Here, three objects are there. OBJ5, OBJ6, OBJ7. Here, index and data we can see from the series object. Then I used here this position. 0th position, first position and second position. 0th position, index value Feb, data 28. First position, JAN 31. Second position, MAR 31. Likewise, this OBJ6 and OBJ7. All individual elements have position numbers starting from 0 onwards. Position numbers starting from 0 onwards. That is 0 for first element, 1 for second element, and so on. When you have to extract slices, then you need to specify slices as start colon, end colon, step, like you do for other sequences. But the start and stop signify the positions of elements, not the indexes. Consider the examples. OBJ5 1 colon. Here stop value and step value is not there. By default, the step value is 1. Stop value is not specified. So it will take all the remaining values starting from 1 first position. So the output is Jan 31, MAR 31. Position 1, Jan 31, then 2, Mar 31. From this first position onwards, it will take all the remaining values. Okay. Why here not specified the stop value? That is why. Clear? Then OBJ6 2 colon 5. That is second position onwards, stop value is 5. So 2, 3, 4 not included that fifth position. The next OBJ7 0 colon again one more colon 2. Here stop value is not specified but step value specified. Stop value is not specified but step value specified here. So 9, 18, 11, 22 D type int 32. Okay, clear? Okay students, these all are very easy topics. Study these all topics in a systematic way. The notes of the topic is attached. Take down the notes and learn it. A test paper is also included. Submit your answers as soon as possible. That's all for today. We will meet in the next class. Till then, take care. Bye.